welcome back to the final day of the PVR application build. So in this video, we'll be implementing the final screen, which is called as a ticket screen. So inside the ticket screen, we will be showing the basic information regarding the ticket. That is the seats which was selected from the previous screen, the time that we chose in the initial stage, the mall that we selected, also the date, and we will also show the name of the film as well as the image of the film. So in this video, we'll be implementing this much. And if you're interested, please hit the like button and also subscribe for more such content. And yeah, let's get started. So in the previous videos, we have built up until here. That is, if I press on the book button, we are pretty much taken to the next screen. And then after selecting the date and the mall, then after selecting a particular show time, we are able to select the seats. And then on press of the payment button, the Stripe sheet opens up, where we enter a card number and all the other details. Okay, and then on press of the payment button, that is after the payment is processed, we are pretty much navigating to the theater screen. Okay, I mean the ticket screen. So here we will be showing the ticket, that is basically this design. We are showing the name, the image, the tickets that were selected, and the number of tickets, as well as the QR code with a unique name. So that will be implementing inside the ticket screen. So let us start designing a ticket screen. So yeah, over here, instead of using a view, let's make use of a safe area view, since the text is almost touching up our status bar over here as well. Yeah, so now let us see what is happening. So if we try to go back, that is over here inside a theater screen, we can still see the tickets that we booked, right? So that should not be seen. So to do that, we are going to make use of another array, that is occupied. That is after the payment has been done, we are going to change the color of it to be gray, that is of this color. So let's try and implement that. So for that, let us create a global value over here, that is inside a context. So let us initialize our occupied and set occupied, and we will give initial value of empty array. We will also need our access to the ticket to show it inside our initial screen. So let's initialize that also to our empty array, and over here we are going to pass it as the value, that is occupied, and set occupied, and then ticket over here set ticket. Okay, so after passing all the values, let's save the file. Okay, so refresh the app again, and now over here inside a theater screen, we will write the implementation for that. So let us run it from the start. Okay, choose a particular show time, select the seats. Okay, so now what we are doing is over here inside the else part, that is after the payment is being processed, we are simply navigating to our ticket screen. Okay, so before navigating, what we do is we are going to push the seats that were selected into the occupied array. So first, let us import our values from our context over here. So let's also import our occupied, and let us use our occupied value over here. So let's write occupied dot push of whatever is there inside our seats. Okay, so inside our occupied, we are pretty much putting these two seats, that is B3 and B4, that is after the payment has been processed. Okay, and after that, we are simply making the seats to be null, that is empty array again. Okay, so now let us also pass some information over here. Okay, so we will need the access to the name. So we have the name in the screen, it's going to be root.params.name. So let's write that pretty much over. Then next we need the mall as well. We have access to the mall also. So this is going to be root.params.mall. Then we need the time. Okay, so it's going to be time selected. Let's check out the correct value. Okay, we have the root.params.name, we have root.params.mall. So for time selected, it's going to be this one. So let's copy the correct value and let us just paste it over here. Okay, so that's going to be the time selected. We also need the date, but we are not having the date in this screen, so let's take it from other screen. We also need access to our total and then the grand total as well. So this is the total, we have the access to total. Okay, so let us pass that value too. it's just going to be total. So yeah, now over here inside the design you can see the image being passed. Okay, so we need the access to the image as well as the date over here, right? So the date is coming from our movie screen over here, but we are not passing it here currently, so let's pass that. And we also need access to our image that is there inside our movie cards, if I'm not wrong. Okay, that is on the book button. We are only passing the name, that is right. Over here we are going to pass the image as well, so this is going to be item.image. Okay, so after this we are going into the movie screen, that is over here. Here we will get the access to the image as well from the previous screen, and we also need to send the date, right? So over here let us write date. So I think date is stored inside a state because we have used the horizontal date picker, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it's stored inside this one. So let's just copy that and just send the value over here. All right, we also need access to our image, so it's going to be pretty much root.params.image as well. Okay, so yeah, save this file, save the file that is movie cards. All right, and then save the theater screen. All right, yeah, we are not sending the image, so let's send that. Image is going to be root.params.image, and then we are also need the date, right? So date is going to be root.params.date. Okay, it's giving us error because of a double comma. Okay, so let us okay, so now let us write the condition, or let us run the app from the beginning again. So what I'm thinking is, like, on press of the payment button we are supposed to change the color of the selected seats, right? That is where we are rendering it over here. Yeah, so over here let's write the condition and then let us check it out. So the condition is going to be if it is selected, come on, I think something just got imported. Okay, never mind. So over here, yeah, so we are going to write if our seats, if it includes the item. Okay, then we are going to render a text of the item, and we are pretty much going to pass the same styling, that is the styling which it has if the seats selected, that is the background color of yellow, and then a padding of 8 if this is not the case. And then if the occupied dot includes of item, if this is the case, then we are pretty much going to copy the same thing, but we are going to change the background color, right? So instead of the yellow one we are going to change it to be 9898 and then 98. Else if both is not working, then we are going to return the default state, that is it's neither selected nor it is occupied. So that is this one, right? So it's pretty much going to be this one, and I don't think this is needed, so let's just check that out. So this is the pretty much code. It should work for this one. That is if the seats dot includes of item, that is if it's selected initially we are going to show it in the background color of yellow, that is a PVR color. Else if it's occupied we are going to show in the color of gray. Else if the default one is going to be, if it is neither occupied nor selected, it's going to be the normal text, right? Hopefully this should work. Let's give it a try. Okay, so save the file. Okay, nothing happened. So if I press on the payment button, let's check that out. Okay, so let us see. Let us give the default number, that is 42, and yeah, let's give it a try. So it should change the color. Yeah, it is changing. Let us check that out by going to the back screen. Yeah, it is changing. So here pretty much we are just making use of the UI change, and pretty much it's not going to happen. So if we want to really disable it, we can just put a disable button to the disable value to the pressable over here. So yeah, that's it about that part. So over here now we will start designing our ticket screen over here. So let's access the data that we got from our previous screen. So const root equals to use route. All right, so next what we do is the first thing we need is a view. Okay, so this is going to have a background color of white. Let's give it a height. I think it's almost 90% of the screen, right? So let's give 90%, a bit of margin and a border radius. Save the file. Yes, we are getting the white color background. Over here we will start writing the texts, right? So the first one is a view. So this is going to contain the name of the film, that is params.name. Yes, we are getting it. Over here let's provide the style, a bit of internal padding. So for the style of the text, let's give a font size of 14 and font weight of 500. Okay, and then we want to show the number of tickets, right? So over here, if you can see inside a theater screen, we have passed. Okay, we are not passing the seats. Actually, we are setting the seats to be null over here. So I don't think we will get access to it inside our ticket screen. So to do that, so let's create another variable which holds the seats. Okay, so over here, let us initialize something called as display seats, and we are going to equate it to the seats. Okay, so let's do this after the initialization of the seats, that is over, let's say, after the function. Yeah, so we will pass this information as well. So it's going to be selected seats. Let's pass display seats. So let's refresh our app from the beginning and then let's start it over, so we get all the correct information. Okay, let's run it again. Let's select a particular show time. Let's pretty much select 2 seats, and we are getting the seats which were selected in the console. Let us go and execute this part. Okay, so after the payment process is done, we are pretty much navigating to the next screen, and that is being changed. Okay, we are getting the film name. So over here we need to show the number of tickets, right? So root dot params dot seats, come on, this one, right? Selected seats. I think this is going to be selected seats dot length to get the value. Hopefully this should work. So it should give us the value of 2 because two seats were selected. Okay, it's giving only 1. Why is that happening? 2 seats were selected. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's map over and check the values that is there inside our selected seats. Okay, so root dot params dot selected seats dot map for every item and index. Let's return a text, and then let's just show the item. Save. Yeah, we are getting the value b3 and b4, but it is not taking the value as 2. So let's see what is happening. Okay, so let's give this another try and then check it out what's happening. Okay, so hopefully it should work. For some reason it's not showing up the correct exact number of seats. So let's give another try. And let's also console.log our root.params, right? Okay. Okay, so after this part is done, that is a payment processing, we will get to see the information that is the root.params, right? Yeah, so as you can see, selected seats, right? It's an array of array, right? Let's also give selected seats dot length and then check it out. Yes, it should give 1 because it's okay. Can we just spread the value and then send it over here? Can that be done? It's gonna give us an error. Let's check that out. Okay. Yes, now it's coming, right? I think we can do that. Okay, so instead of just passing the seats, we are going to spread the value and then pass it over here for the display seats. And inside a ticket screen, we are getting the exact number of tickets. So let us go and style that up. So let's remove the map. That's working fine. I think we need that later on to display the seats that were selected. So let's just comment that out. So over here, let's give flex direction of row, align items of center, also justify content of space between, save the file. Okay, so the next thing we want is again another view. So over here we are simply going to write a dummy text which says Hindi 2D. Okay, again we are going to copy the same piece of styling for the view. No, I don't think we need that because already padding is given, right? So again text, so this is going to say PVR ticket, but we need the styling that is the flex direction of row. That is pretty much common, so let's write that up. Align items of center and then justify content of space between. So let's save the file. Okay, wrongly done. Let's just put that beneath this view and let's give a margin horizontal to it of 10. All right, so for the text which contains the PVR ticket, over here let's give it a color to it, a color of red. Let's just increase the font size slightly of 15 or 16. Okay, so the next thing we want is the mall that was selected, right? So over here just initialize a text. Let's just try root.params.mall. Over here let's write the style and then let's give the font size of 14, a font weight of 600, and save the file. All right, also let's provide a margin horizontal of 10 and some spacing on the top. So let's write margin top of 6 and then save the file. Let's increase the font size a bit. Okay, I think the font size is pretty too small for all the texts. Let's give it 16 for the name and 16 for this one, the text that we have written it. Okay, and this should be gray, I guess, right? So color of gray. Awesome. So let's also provide more spacing on the top, 9. Okay, yeah, so next we need the dotted line, so let's style that up. Let's write view. We can make use of text as well, a self-closing text. So I think we should provide the border color black, and then we also want the text decoration style. It's going to be dotted. Save the file. Nothing's happening. Let's provide the height to be 1. Nothing's happening again. So let's also give the border width 1. Yes, we can see something on the screen. Let's decrease that to 0.4 and some spacing on the top, margin of 10, but we are not still able to see the dotted line. Let's remove that. Let's also remove the border width, and that's required. The height, nope. So yeah, let's see what is happening. Text decoration style is to be dotted. Is there any other attribute? Text decoration line. No, that's not the thing. So let's see what is happening. So let us check another dotted. We have dashed. Let's try dashed. Is there anything? Let's border radius. No, it's not showing us the value of it's not showing us the correct design. Border style, dashed. Is it really looking like that, or is it dotted? Let's also give a border color of black, and let's make this dashed. We are still not able to see it, right? Border width of 2 of 0.5. Nope. Let's see what is happening. Let's remove the height. Okay, never mind, we will continue with this as itself. So after that we have another view. It's going to contain again another view. So this pretty much has our three texts. It's going to say date and time. So next we have the time that was selected. So root dot params dot selected time. Is that the same value that we passed? It's going to be time selected. All right, so the next one we have is the date. So there's a real nice way of writing the date. So for that we need to install, I think, moment. So let's see if that is already installed. No, I don't think moment is installed. So let's open up a new terminal and let's write yarn add moment. Okay, so it's installed. So over here we are going to write, first let's import moment from moment. So this is going to be a root dot params dot date dot utc. We are going to pass the format. It's going to be year. Yeah, so this is going to be the way we are going to render the date. So I think that should come inside this part. Save the file. Okay, root dot params dot date dot utc is not a function. Okay, I guess this should be moment of the entire value. So let's pass in the card details, and then after the payment processing, hopefully this should give us the correct date. Okay, again it's giving undefined. Why is that happening? We are passing the correct value, that is moment of root dot params dot date dot utc dot format of month, year, month, date and year, right? Okay, I think we have a closing bracket over here. Is that the way? I think it should be here. Come on, save the file. Okay, so select a random date. So let us pass in the details, and then after the processing of the payment, yes, we are getting the date that we have chosen. Okay, so yeah, over here let's pass the styling. Let's give a margin top of 10 and a margin left of 10 as well. So for the second text, let's give a margin vertical to space between all its children. All right, so now we also have the image towards the right. So let's bring up that image tag. Let's import it from React Native. Okay, so let's give the source URI. It's going to be root.params dot image. So let's also give the styling to it. Let's give an aspect ratio of 4:2 and a height of let's say 60, and it also has a border radius, so border radius of 6. Okay, so this should do it hopefully. And to the outer view over here, that is this one. Let's give a flex direction of row, then align items of center, justify between. So over here, let's write justify content space between. We have the image imported. Let's save the file. Yes, we are getting the image correctly. So for our date and time, let's give the color of gray and font size of 15, and then font weight of 500. Awesome. Next one is for the time. Let's give a font size of 16. Yeah, so for the date, let it be that itself, and let's again copy the text, that is this one. I'm still wondering why that is not working, right? The dotted thing. Let's remove the margin. Let's remove the height. Okay, so it's dashed or dotted border style. Let's just check that out, right? So how to catch dotted line in React Native. Let's check this out. Okay, pretty much we have the styling for that. So where did that go? Yeah, let's give this a try. Yeah, the height of 1. Nope, it's still showing us the same thing, right? Or we can use that dependency, but we can do it without using that, right? And let's give this a try. I think it's pretty much the same piece of code, right? Okay, let's continue with the same styling. That doesn't matter. Okay, so let's copy that. Yeah, so next thing what we want, so let's give it a lighter color. Hopefully this should be seen on the screen. Yeah, so instead of black, okay, it's a very subtle color. All right, so after that we have 3 things, that is, let's initialize a view. Again, a view is going to contain the text which says number. This is pretty much the screen name, so let's pass a default value of 2, and let's pretty much copy this view a couple of times. So for the second thing, we have the seats. So this is going to be router params dot selected seats dot length. Over here we have this is the tickets, and this is going to be the seats, right? And that is this one. So remember we had done the map part over here. Let's pretty much copy that and then paste it over here. Let's copy this and put it inside the view. Oh, come on. Okay, just give a format to it. Yeah, so we have the outer view, which contains 3 different children. That is this one, the middle one, and this one. So let us save the file and check if nothing breaks. Yeah, we are getting all the values. So to the outer view, let's write a flexure action row align items of center, and then justify content of space between. Cool, save the file. Yeah, so for the seat it should be in a row fashion. So let's give flexure action of row line items of center. Yes, so for the style, let's give some styling because it's almost attached to each other. Let's give a margin, hopefully this should work, 3. Yes, okay. And will it be good if we do it space around instead of space between? Let's give that a try. Space around. Okay. Yeah, but here it's still space between, right? So for the text, that is the second part, we are going to give a text line of center. Okay, so let's pretty much copy the same text for everything. So before that, let's also change the font size for it. So font size is going to be 15 and font weight is going to be bold. And let's copy the same piece of styling for all our second texts. Okay, so let's copy the font size and font weight of bold. Okay, and now let's not give it space around. I think space between was pretty good. Yeah, so for our first view, let's give a margin left of 14, and for our last view, let's give some spacing towards right, so margin right of 15. All right, okay, so some spacing for the second text. Okay, it's almost touching the first text over here. Let's give a margin top of 6. Okay, I think that much spacing is quite enough. Let's give the same styling for all the other text. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that part is done. So next we again need the line, that is I guess this one. Let's copy that over here. Okay, next we need access to the price details, right? So let's make a view over here. Let's give a height, let's say 140, and a background color of, let's give orange because I don't remember the color code, and a bit of border radius of 6. Save the file, and some auto spacing margin 10. All right, I think orange looks super dark. Let's choose a light shade for it. Okay, so I just don't remember the color code for that. Let's say we use this one. Okay, so let us start writing the details. So the first one is gonna be price details. Okay, so let's again put a view and chuck in the text inside our view. Let's provide some internal spacing, that is padding, come on, of 10. Yeah, so for the styling of the price details, let's give a font size of 16 and then save the file. Yeah, so next we have again another view. So let us start writing the view, which contains two texts. Let's again initialize another text. So the first text pretty much contains our seats, right? The amount of fee for our seats. So it's going to be zeros seats convenience. I hope I spelled that right. So this is going to be pretty much the total, right? We passed over here the total, that is the fee plus the amount, right? So that's going to be the grand total. So let's also pass another value, that is only the number of seats. So const price value is going to be number of seats star the amount. We are not adding the fee over here, so let's pretty much pass that value. That's going to be just price value. All right, save the file. So we need to come back again and then get the value because it's not fetching it right now. So let's refresh the app again, save this file over here inside a ticket screen. Yeah, so this is going to be root.params, come on, dot price value. Hopefully that should work, right? So let's give it a try. All right, so select the date, the show time, so let us complete this part real soon. And then make the payment processing. So after that we are getting the correct price, that is without the convenience fee, hopefully, right? So now so for this view, let us give flex action of row and then align items of center and then justify content of space between. All right, so let us save the file once. Does it have a rupee symbol? Yes, it does. Do we have a rupee in our data somewhere? Let's check that out. Hopefully we should have it. We don't have it. Let's just go grab that symbol real soon. So over here, Let's check this symbol out, and then let us paste it over here. Save the file. Okay, so now what we do is, so for this view, let's give come on, margin top of 4. Alright, so let's just copy this a couple of times. Okay, so for the second thing, we have the convenience fee. Okay, over here. So this is going to be pretty much 89, I guess. Let's just write that. So for the second one, the last one, we have the grand total. So we have already calculated the total and passed it as the information from the previous screen. So let's just take that value. So I think it's going to be, I'm not remembering the name. It's going to be the, yeah, it's going to be total. So root dot params dot, come on, concentrate. So root dot params dot total. Save the file. Yeah, I think nope, we are getting the wrong answer. 720 plus 89 is not that value. It should give 8 not. Okay, is the fee 87 inside our theater screen or 89? Where is that value? Oh yeah, we have initialized it over here at the top. Yeah, it's going to be 87. So I think it's calculating it properly. We have passed the wrong value, 87. Yes, 720 plus 87 is 807. Cool. So now let us just increase and style up the text, basically the font size over here. Let's give a color of white and let's see how it looks. White. Okay, think not bad, not good. Font size 16, font weight of 500. Okay, I think this is okay. And yeah, let's pretty much copy same styling for all the texts that we have inside the views. All right, so the same thing for our first one, right, over here and over here as well. Save the file. Okay, so for the price details as well, let us give bold for that of 18. Okay, so next thing we have is our, that's a pretty much a dummy value. Let's just copy that. Okay, it's going to be something called as ID number, right? Yeah, so over here let's pass in just a random number of random values consisting of the digits as well as the letters. All right, so next one we have is a QR code that is after the line. So let's copy that piece of styling, that is this one, and over here let's paste it. Save the file once. Cool, so we are using a dependency for that, that is React Native. Yeah, this one, Svg QR code. Let's copy the download code, that is yarn add. I don't think it's showing up. Let's just forget up. Yeah, let's copy this one. We are downloading React Native SVG as well as React Native QR code SVG. So inside the terminal, just paste that up. So I have already copied the code for that. It's pretty simple. So it's going to be this one. So let's copy that over here after the text. Hopefully it should work without giving us bugs. Let's import Svg QR code from the correct dependency. Okay, it's not importing. Let's import it over here. Let's copy this one. And for the name, I have given, I think this QR code needs to get access to a name, any value. So we have given the name of the film, right? So that's going to be it. And for the style, we have given a width of 80 and height of 80. And pretty much the view contains that styling. So let's import it first. Okay. But this is showing QR code SVG, right? SVG QR code. What is happening? Come on. Save the file. Okay, we are getting some errors. Let us see what is happening and why is it showing that. Well, let's import it from this as well. I mean this itself. So copy that and let it be this one. That is QR code, not SVG QR code. Should it work? Nothing happens. Let's give it a try again and then check it out. What is happening? Okay, so after doing this part, let's pass in some dummy values and then do the payment processing. So hopefully it should show us the QR code. Nope. Exception thrown while executing UI block. Okay, but why is this showing this value, man? So let us see what is happening. Okay guys, so after many tries, now it is working. So if you check out our package.json, I have installed pretty much several dependencies. So one is the web view, one is web, other one is React Native SVG URI, React Native SVG, safe area context. I think that's already installed, and then React Native reanimated. I think this is not needed. We need only the QR code SVG. Okay, so let's give it a try again, so that just to see everything is working fine. Okay, so this was a real headache, and then let us check it out. How is it looking? So let us just finish this part real soon. So on press, that is after the processing of the payment. Yeah, so as you can see, we are seeing the QR code coming. That is really good. After all the hard work I put in, it's working fine. So over here we are simply going to render random text, that is the text for the QR code, and over here we are going to provide styling for the text. Okay, so now we are going to write text line of center and then save the file. Okay, so after that we have another line that comes up after the text. It is over here. Save the file. So let's remove the margin top from here. That's not required. Okay, it is required but not of 30. I think 10 looks good. Cool. So next we are rendering the home button so that we can navigate to our home. So let's import pressable from React Native. All right, so over here this is gonna have a text which says home. so let's give some styling. That is a background color of green, margin left of auto, and then margin right of auto. Okay, so a bit of width, let's say of 120, and a border radius of 4. Okay, so next for the text we are going to write come on, style, it's gonna be text align center, a color of white. Okay, pressable is imported, and let's also initialize our navigation real soon. So const navigation equals use navigation. Okay, so over here at the bottom, let's provide a on press event, and we are going to write navigation dot navigate, and over here we will pass the name of the screen. We want to navigate to our home. Save the file. Okay, let's provide some internal padding of 10. Okay, nice. So for the home, let's provide the home text, let's provide font size of 15. Yeah, so if we go to our home, we need access to our ticket, right? So let's generate the ticket over here. Let's make use of a listener, that is a use effect. Let's say so use effect. So over here, let us initialize const ticket details equals to the params, that is information that we get from our previous screen. So let us get access to our ticket that we have initialized in our global context. So const ticket is going to be use context of movie cards. Okay, let's import our use context from React, and over here let's start writing the use effect. So this use effect is going to run only once, that is when the ticket screen component loads. All right, so we are not going to pass any dependency in the dependencies array. So over here we are going to write const generate or load ticket equals to, we are going to write ticket dot push of the ticket details, right? That is the information, and we're going to call the function over here load ticket. Okay, I think everything sounds good. Save the file once. Undefined is not an object, not an object. Undefined evaluating use context or ticket. Okay, where is that error? Let's copy that code from the, I think it's pretty much the same, right? So let's check it out in our context what we have initialized. We are passing the ticket as well as set ticket, and the spelling is right too. It's going to be ticket itself. Okay, movie cards. Okay, okay, I think now it should work, because I think I made a wrong import over there. Okay, so after this is done, hopefully we should get the ticket details. And yeah, so let us go to our home again. Yeah, so if we have a ticket, so instead of this part we are going to show that ticket. Okay, so let us go to our components folder and create a new component called as ticket component.js. So rnfes. So just do that, and then now what we do is we are going to design it over here. So okay, so let us get access to our ticket. Hopefully that should be stored inside our ticket, the values that we just designed in a ticket screen. So over here Let's copy that inside a ticket component, and let's import use context. Okay, and as well as movie cards. So let's just write, okay, let us conditional render. Okay, so if we have a, or let's do one thing. So as you can see over here, this part is pretty much the same as the header, right? So let's copy whatever is there inside our header and then later make the changes. All right, so until image background, we do not, yeah, I think this one, only the image background we want, and let's paste it over here. So let's import the required things, image background, not from React Native Web but from React Native. Okay, let's also get the pressable. Awesome. So next we need, I think that's it. So the aspect ratio is going to be 5:2, the height is going to be 170. Yeah, other than that everything is going to be the same, I think, right? Yeah, so over here we are going to get the values from the ticket. So we're going to map it, right? So let's write ticket dot map for every item, and index we are going to return pretty much the image background. Yeah, so let's say now we go and again book from the same app that is inside the state. So what happens is we have two items inside the ticket, so we pretty much show two things, that is two headers. So that doesn't look good. So we will write a condition in such a way that let how many our tickets be. We're going to only show the first ticket that was put. So we're going to make use of the slice method. We're going to pass 0, 1, and then we're going to map it. Okay, so for the URI we have, I think it's going to be item.image. Other than that we have the name of the film and then the mall, right? Yeah, so the first thing we show is instead of releasing in 1 day, we are showing your ticket. Awesome. After that we are showing the name. Instead of the name of the film that the header contains, we are showing item.name. Yeah, that's going to be dummy one, the name, and then again we towards the right where we have book, we are going to write view ticket. The next thing is the mall, right? So it's going to be item.mall. Hopefully this should work. So yeah, save the file once. So over here let's conditional render inside our movie cards. Let's also have access to the tickets, that is our, yeah, let's copy this part, come on, inside our movie cards. Okay, let's import our use context. Next we will also import our movie cards. Yeah, so over here if our tickets dot length is greater than 0, then it means we have the ticket, so we are going to show the ticket component, right? Else we're going to show the header. So let's import the ticket component from the component folder and save the file. Okay, we are getting something on the screen but we are not able to see it correctly, right? So let us copy one thing that we missed out is a empty view with the margin bottom. from our header. So if you go to our header, yeah, I think we missed out this one. So inside a ticket component, right after the mapping, we are going to paste that out, and then yes, there you go. We are able to see the ticket with the image, the title, and then the mall which we booked, and the view ticket button. So I think we are pretty much done with this project. So we implemented the home screen, the mall screen, that is the second screen, the pretty much movie screen, and then the theater screen where we can select the seats, deselect the seats, and then the payment part, the Stripe integration, as well as the ticket viewing. And then on press of the home button inside the ticket screen, we are pretty much navigating to our home screen and then showing the ticket. I think that's it for this project, and then let's see you in the next project. Until then, keep exploring. Thank you for watching.